When she looked at me, it was Monday. The sky was grey. The school was loud. I was sitting at the back of the classroom. As always. Quiet. Invisible. Then the door opened. She walked in. Brown hair. Calm eyes. A soft blue jacket. The teacher said, "Class, this is Lena. She just moved here." She smiled. Not at everyone. Not at the class. She looked at me. And smiled. Lena sat 2 rows in front of me. Close. But still far. During lunch, she sat alone. So did I. On Wednesday, she came to my table. "Hi. Is this seat free?" I nodded. We didn't talk much. But it wasn't awkward. It was easy. When she left, she said, "Thank you. No one ever thanked me before. I like drawing. Not people. Not places. I drew feelings. Shadows. Light. Silence. One day, I forgot my notebook in class. The next day, it was on my desk. With a note. Your drawings feel real. They made me breathe slower. L. Lena. She had seen them. And she didn't laugh. She understood. On Friday, it rained. Everyone ran. Loud. Wet. Cold. Except us. Lena and I stood under the small roof near the school gate. She looked up. "Rain is music," she said. I looked at her. "Then we're in a concert." She smiled. I smiled too. We walked together under her small umbrella. Not talking. Not rushing. It felt like a movie. But real. Next week, we talked more. In class. At lunch. After school. She asked me, "Why are you always so quiet?" I looked down. I think no one really wants to hear me. She didn't answer. She just reached into her bag. She gave me a small notebook. On the cover. "Write to me." Inside, empty pages. I held it like treasure. That night, I wrote. Not much. Just a few lines. "Dear Lena. You made my quiet world softer. Thank you for seeing me." The next day, I put the notebook in her locker. Later, it was back in mine. She had written, "You don't have to speak loud to be heard. I hear you." I smiled the whole way home. Saturday morning. Quiet house. Just me and my pencils. I drew Lena. Not her face. Her feeling. Warm. Still. Kind. I didn't plan to show her. But I did. On Monday, I placed the drawing inside the notebook. Her answer came 1 day later. "This is the most beautiful thing I've seen. You see the world like no one else." I didn't know what to say. But my heart did. People started noticing. That Lena and I were close. That we smiled. Walked. Shared books. One boy whispered, "Why is she with him?" I heard it. She did too. At lunch, I asked, "Does it bother you?" She looked at me. "If someone whispers behind your back, it means you're ahead." We smiled. Together. On Thursday, the music room was empty. Lena pulled me inside. "Just 1 minute," she said. "Close your eyes." I did. She played music on her phone. Soft piano. "Now," she whispered. "Let's dance." I didn't know how. She didn't care. We moved slowly. Barely steps. But it felt big. Like the whole world had stopped. Just for us. After the music stopped, we stood still. She looked at me. Not a long look, but a deep one. Our faces were close. Then, voices in the hallway. She pulled away, smiling, blushing. Maybe next time, she said. Then she left. And I stood there, heart loud in my chest. Lena became distant. Not cold, just quiet. She still smiled. Still waved. But something was different. No more notes. No drawings. No walks. I waited. Watched. Worried. One day, I asked, "Did I do something wrong?" She said, "No. Just, life got heavy." And I understood. But it still hurt. I wrote a letter. No notebook. No drawings. Just words. I miss you. Even if you're close, I miss you. If you need space, I'll wait. If you need light, I'll be it. You don't have to answer. Just know, I care. I left it in her locker. No name. No pressure. Just truth. That night, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I answered. "It's me," said a soft voice. "I read your letter." I cried. "Thank you for seeing me, even now." We didn't talk much more. But that call meant everything. I slept with a smile. Next day, a notebook was in my locker again. On the cover. Still here. Inside, her writing. "I'm sorry I pulled away. I felt lost. But you kept the light on." We sat together at lunch. Like before. But somehow more. It was Sunday. I was sketching by the window. Rain outside. Music low. Then, knock knock. I looked up. Lena. Soaked. Smiling. "I didn't want to text," she said. "I wanted to see you." I let her in. Gave her a towel. Made tea. We sat on the floor. Just like the first time in the library. Only warmer. She told me everything. Her move. Her fears. Her reason for being quiet. "I was afraid to love something too much," she said. "Because I always lose it." I looked at her. "Maybe this time, it stays." She nodded. Then took my hand. School Monday. Crowded halls. Us together. I was nervous. So was she. But we didn't let go. At lunch, she stood up. Looked around. Then looked at me. "This is the boy I like." People stared. I froze. Then I stood too. "This is the girl I love." 1 week later. School dance. Loud music. Lights. I hated crowds. But I came. For her. She found me at the door. Took my hand. Led me in. No fancy steps. Just heartbeats. "Remember our first dance?" she whispered. I nodded. "This time," she said. "We finish it." That night, she looked at me. Not just a smile. Not just a glance. A look. Like she saw everything I was. And still stayed. I looked back. And in that moment, no words were needed. Because love had already spoken. Later, I drew again. Not shadows. Not silence. Her. Eyes full of light. Heart open. At the bottom of the page, I wrote. She looked at me. And I finally saw myself.